What you're about to hear will make your blood boil. While WWE executives were busy counting their money and planning WrestleMania, one of their most dominant superstars was being loaded into an ambulance. Braun Breaker, the man they promised would be the next face of Raw, is now lying in a hospital bed. And the worst part? This could have been prevented. I'm about to expose something WWE doesn't want you to know, something that proves they care more about shock value than the safety of their wrestlers. And if you think you know what happened Monday night, think again, because what the cameras didn't show you is far more disturbing than what they did. Welcome back to Wrestle Scope, where we don't sugarcoat the truth, and today's truth is going to shake the WWE Universe to its core. Let me take you back to Monday Night Raw. The energy was electric, the crowd was on fire, and in the main event segment, we were about to witness what WWE promoted as a historic confrontation between Braun Breaker and the NXT powerhouse Oba Femi. Now, if you've been following Wrestle Scope, you know we've been tracking this collision course for weeks. Braun Breaker, the second-generation bulldozer who's been steamrolling through the Raw roster since his main roster debut, a man with Steiner blood running through his veins, a genetic freak who was supposed to carry WWE into the next decade. And then there's Oba Femi, 6'5", 270 pounds of raw, uncontrolled power. The man who dominated NXT with an iron fist, leaving a trail of broken bodies in his wake. The man who made it crystal clear that NXT wasn't big enough for his ambitions. WWE Creative thought it would be brilliant to throw these two monsters together without proper build-up, without proper safety protocols, without giving either man time to study each other's style in the ring. They wanted their WrestleMania moment in January. Consequences be damned. And guess what? They got their moment, just not the one they wanted. Here's what went down, and I want you to pay close attention, because WWE has been scrubbing footage and controlling the narrative since Monday night. The segment started normally enough. Breaker was cutting a promo about his dominance when Oba Femi's music hit. The crowd erupted. The two behemoths stood face to face in the center of the ring, and you could feel the tension through your television screen. Then the shoving started. Standard WWE fare, right? Wrong. What was supposed to be a simple pull-apart brawl escalated in seconds. Femi hit Breaker with a shoulder tackle that sent him into the ropes with more force than anyone expected. Breaker bounced back with a clothesline that would have decapitated a normal human being. The referees and security rushed the ring, but here's where everything went sideways. In the chaos, Femi, whether by accident or design, and we're going to get into that, caught Breaker with a devastating power slam on the outside of the ring, not on the padded mats, not on the announce table, on the thin protective covering over concrete. The sound echoed through the arena like a gunshot. The crowd went silent, and Braun Breaker didn't get up. The cameras immediately cut away. Classic WWE damage control, but those of us who were watching the arena footage, those of us with sources in the production truck, we saw everything. We saw Breaker's body go limp. We saw the color drain from the referee's face. We saw WWE medical staff sprinting to ringside with a level of urgency that sent chills down everyone's spine. And here's the part that should make every single WWE fan furious. This wasn't a wrestling move gone wrong. This was a preventable disaster that happened because WWE prioritized spectacle over safety. For 20 agonizing minutes, Braun Breaker lay motionless on the arena floor while medical personnel stabilized him. The crowd was dead silent. Oba Femi stood in the corner of the ring, and whether you want to believe it or not, even he looked shaken. WWE went to commercial break, a convenient 3 times longer than usual, and when they came back, Michael Cole delivered the corporate-approved statement. Braun Breaker is receiving medical attention and has been transported to a local medical facility for evaluation. Evaluation. That's WWE speak for we're not telling you how bad this really is. But Wrestle Scope has sources inside that medical facility, and what they're telling us is alarming. Braun Breaker was admitted with a suspected spinal injury, multiple contusions, and a potential concussion. He underwent emergency CT scans and MRI imaging. As of the recording of this video, he remains in the hospital under observation with doctors monitoring him for any signs of nerve damage or internal complications. Let that sink in. A man who was being groomed as the next John Cena, the next face of WWE, is now fighting to make sure he can walk normally again. And WWE's official response? A 3-sentence statement and radio silence. No Adam Pearce addressing it on air, no Triple H press conference, no acknowledgement of the severity beyond the bare minimum, just business as usual, because God forbid they let something like a wrestler's health interfere with their storylines. Now, here's where this gets even more infuriating, and I need all of you to sound off in the comments because I want to know if you're as angry as I am about this. Multiple sources backstage have told us that several agents and producers warned creative that this segment was being rushed, that putting two powerhouses of this caliber together without proper rehearsal time, without working out the spots, without establishing chemistry was dangerous, and they were ignored. WWE wanted their viral moment. They wanted the social media buzz. They wanted the headlines that read, "NXT star crashes Raw and destroys top star." They got all of that, but at what cost? Even more disturbing, there are whispers, and I stress these are unconfirmed but coming from reliable sources, that Oba Femi was encouraged to be extra stiff during the segment to make it look more legitimate, to give it that shoot-fight energy that generates online conversation. If that's true, if WWE Creative actually instructed Femi to work stiffer than normal, knowing these two hadn't worked together before, knowing the risks involved with two super heavyweights going full throttle, then we're not just talking about negligence, we're talking about criminal recklessness. And before the Femi fans come for me in the comments, this isn't about blaming Oba Femi. This is about a system that puts wrestlers in impossible positions and then throws them under the bus when something goes wrong. This isn't an isolated incident, people. This is part of a pattern. How many times have we seen WWE rush call-ups without proper preparation? How many times have we watched them throw bodies into situations for shock value without considering the consequences? How many wrestlers have had their careers shortened or ended because WWE prioritized the pop over the person? We've seen it with Finn Balor's shoulder at SummerSlam. We've seen it with Seth Rollins' knee. We've seen it with Edge's neck, Paige's neck, Stone Cold's neck. The list goes on. And every single time WWE releases their carefully worded statement, waits for the news cycle to move on, and continues doing the exact same things that led to the injury in the first place. The WWE Performance Center is supposed to be the greatest training center in the world. WWE is supposed to have the best medical staff in sports entertainment. They're supposed to have learned from decades of mistakes and tragedies. So why does this keep happening? Because ratings matter more than safety. Because viral moments matter more than long-term health. Because stockholder reports matter more than human beings. And until we as fans demand better, until we hold WWE accountable with our voices, our wallets, and our viewership, nothing is going to change. Braun Breaker is one of the toughest human beings on the planet. He comes from Steiner lineage, and if anyone can overcome this, it's him. The wrestling community is rallying behind him, sending positive energy and prayers for a full recovery. But this can't just be another thoughts and prayers moment. This has to be a wake-up call. We need to demand transparency from WWE. We need to demand better safety protocols. We need to demand that creative works with wrestlers and agents instead of ignoring their concerns. And we need to make it clear that no storyline, no rating, no viral moment is worth a human being's health and future. So here's what I need from each and every one of you watching this video. Smash that like button if you agree that WWE needs to do better. Destroy that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our coverage, because Wrestle Scope will continue following this story even when WWE wants you to forget about it. And most importantly, comment below with your thoughts. Are you as angry as I am? Do you think this could have been prevented? What changes does WWE need to make? Share this video everywhere: Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, wrestling forums. The only way we create change is by making our voices too loud to ignore. And to Braun Breaker, the entire Wrestle Scope community is behind you. Come back stronger and come back on your terms. This has been Wrestle Scope. where we keep it real even when the truth hurts. I'll see you in the next one.